The nighttime is quite peaceful. The reason it's peaceful is because it dims out everything that doesn't really have an existential value. You can see the trees, you can see the mountains, you can see the cities, you can see the big things, you can see the important things. But the nighttime, it just blocks out the fine things. And when you encounter a situation like that, when you encounter these periods in your life, just remember, it's about following your heart. It's about following your intuition. This is Jay Kaushal.
This is Jay Kaushal.
This is Jay Kaushal.
Jay Kaushal. Writer,
Motivational speaker.
Motivational speaker.
motivational speaker. Writer, motivational speaker.
Hari Om, people. And we are still in this pristine location of Tungnath. You can see a view right behind me of dusk and what it seems like here. It's beautiful. This is going to be the final video of this season. With your support and with your love, we have been able to come this far. We have been able to cover these beautiful locations, cover these beautiful topics. I'm so thankful for all your likes, comments, subscribes. Keep supporting us so we can bring more content for you. We can bring more richness into your life. And I chose the most difficult topic of support groups for the end of this season: conflict resolution. Everybody's so afraid of conflicts, all of us. It's just that it's this thing in our head that, you know, when you encounter conflict, something is not going right. When you have a lot of conflicts, you are somewhere not on the same page with the other person, right? You want to bail out of situations where a lot of conflicts are created. You want to bail out of conditions where a lot of conflicts are created. What if I told you that conflicts are the sure shot indication of progress? It's akin to what the Japanese called Kaizen. I think that's what they say, you know, Kaizen principle, constant improvement. If there is no problem, then that is also a problem, that there is no problem. So if there is no conflict, then that is the biggest conflict, that there is no conflict. As you form relationships with people, as you form relationships within your support group, you are going to see that a lot of conflicts are going to arise. So this is how it progresses. A relationship is formed, conflicts are created, conflicts are resolved, a new level is reached. And then more conflicts are created, more conflicts are encountered, and another level is reached. Conflicts are healthy. Conflicts tell you that the other person is not just a puppet. Conflicts tell you that the other person is not merely a yes man. When you encounter conflicts with your support group, it's a very healthy sign that the other person is bringing a certain diversity into the group, a certain diversity into your goals and how you can achieve them, the best route forward. And then I look at the sky and I look at the richness. And it's dark, but you see, that's the beauty. Everybody's afraid of the night. Yes, people love the night, I get that. A lot of people say that, you know, I'm a night creature. But mostly, we perceive the absence of light as something negative. That's not true. When there's an absence of light, there's a world of potential. There is a world of potential with respect to what the next day will bring. That's what conflicts are. When you encounter a conflict with anyone in your support group or your loved ones or your wife or in fact any relationships in general, when you encounter conflicts with them, the right way to deal with those conflicts is to understand that this is a clear indication that the other person is an active member in that relationship. They have their own views, they have their own ideas, they have their own ideals, they have their own thought process, they have their own way of working. And if you have encountered a conflict with them, then that means that it's not that you guys are at conflict. It's just that your ideas are at conflict of the way things should be. See, that is why democratic processes are considered the best processes in the world today, because you have the ruling party, you have the opposition, you have the fringe parties, you have a lot of different people coming together with their different ideas, but the end goal is always the same, that they all want the development of the masses, of the country, of the people, in their own way. But when you encounter those conflicts, you should try to interact with the person in a fashion of understanding where they're coming from. Do not treat conflicts as negative. In fact, if anything, I would say that the more conflicts that you come across on a daily basis, the more you're growing. Because when you encounter conflicts, you grow. You learn from those things and then you grow. And then successively, the magnitude of the conflict will reduce. The frequency might increase, but the magnitude will reduce because you would have worked through the dirt. You would have worked through the problems that you don't want to talk about, the situations that you don't want to encounter. Now, there are 3 things that you should keep in mind whenever you encounter conflict with your support group. Number 1, it could be permanent or it could not be permanent. You cannot say for sure with just one conflict or many conflicts. You need to review the situation from the perspective of the 3 principles of support groups that I told you about. What are those 3 principles? Number 1, your support group should be able to grow at the same pace as you. They need to be able to grow with you. Number 2, they need to believe in you. They need to egg you on. Number 3, they need to have the same values, same ideals as you. If you have an idealistic conflict that you see no way of working around, then the only thing that you can do is you can try to communicate, you can try to make the other person see your point of view, but remember, it is never about individual profit, it is never about individual success, it is never about an individual propaganda. When you see somebody in your support group going against what is best for the collective, then that's a red flag. Mostly when you encounter conflicts like these, then it means that you will not be able to work with that person, or you will not be able to grow with that person. Somewhere, somehow, the tuning is destroyed. Now, if you encounter conflicts about mundane things like habits, like your approach, your methodology, then those things can always be resolved by meeting the other person in the middle. I would say that the simplest, short way of resolving any conflict is of meeting the other person in the middle. If you can constantly meet people in the middle, you're the biggest diplomat alive. That's what the greatest diplomats, the greatest statesmen have excelled at, meeting the other person in the middle. Now, if you're encountering conflicts which are more existential in nature, then the problem is that you need to do a lot of introspection. You need to evaluate if the other person is just perturbed, or if they are intimidated by your zeal, your drive, or your way of doing things, or if they are just becoming selfish. When you have an existential conflict with other people, that I cannot exist because of this other person. He has gone off on a tangent, he has gone off on an approach that literally challenges my existence, the existence of my dreams, my goals, my ideals, and all of those things. When you reach a situation like that, then you need to understand there is no easy way to deal with it. You're most probably going to have to let that person go. Because in an existential conflict, you can try to meet the other person in the middle, but there is only so far you can stretch yourself. I know these must be very heavy facts coming to you all of a sudden in the final video, but that's it. That's what the final video is all about. I want to give you all of these facts. I want to give you all of these methods. I want to give you these ideas. I want to give you these concepts so that you can apply them this season, so that you can apply them before we reach meditation. And if you've actually applied the concepts that I've taught you in journaling, if you've been applying the concepts that I've been teaching you about support group up till here, then you would understand that this is actually something which is just a way of nature. You can try your best, but when a conflict has to occur, it will occur. But obviously, always remember, this is the core of what I believe is the truest thing about success, about achievement. Always remember that the collective good, the collective achievement holds more value than any individual achievement, than any individual goal. And I'm going to teach you some concepts, some exercises related to conflict resolution and meditation later on. But right now, I just want to, point out to the setting sun behind me and tell you that you see those dark trees over there, and you see the darkness on the horizon. These same trees look very beautiful. These same trees look very beautiful in the morning. They look very bright. The sky looks very bright. You can see everything easily. You can appreciate the beauty. But at night time, it all looks beautiful, yes, but intimidating. You won't be quite happy about going and sleeping under those trees, right? In the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, you might find that that's the best spot to laze around, right? What is the reason for that? The only reason for that is that it's your view. Sometimes in life, what's going to happen is you're just going to go through a patch where you are just going to go through constant conflicts with everybody around you. And in those moments, you're going to feel that my life isn't working out. These people don't love me. They've betrayed me. That's stupid. It's only the world, it's only the universe, it's only the God, teaching you how to survive the night. You can have the best support group in the world, but you need to accept that there will be moments when you will just be in a phase where you will encounter conflicts with everybody, but that's the test. That's the test. Can you still be true to your ideals? Can you still be true to your aim, your purpose? Can you radiate at the same frequency as when you had all of these people around you without conflicts? The nighttime is quite peaceful. The reason it's peaceful is because it dims out everything that doesn't really have an existential value. You can see the trees, you can see the mountains, you can see the cities, you can see the big things, you can see the important things. But the nighttime, it just blocks out the fine things. And when you encounter a situation like that, when you encounter these periods in your life, just remember, it's about following your heart. It's about following your intuition. Even if it's completely dark, even if you can't see a thing, even if you're encountering conflicts with everybody, even if you've tried everything after what I've told you, even after you've tried everything and it doesn't work,